What's up, guys?
What up? How's everyone? Today, how's everyone? Hopefully you're all doing grand. I am here with the one and only Oisin Finley again. Say hello, Oisin.
Oh yeah, brother.
Shit, my fucking thing broke. Think I have no fucking idea. Oh shit.
We can cut this out and editing anyway.
Yeah, cut it. If you don't cut it, I will fucking kill you.
We're cutting out.
Okay, there we go. So, how have you been this week?
I've been doing good, man. I've been doing good. I've been doing good. How are you?
I'm doing grand, just life, shit.
That's good. That's
A
good.
lot of life going on.
Exactly, man.
Before we were starting. I was like talking to Oisin about the new Google VOI shit that I hate. Um, there's a very funny one that I'll show you here, if you can. Ah, shit, you can't see it, but
We insert it into the video.
I'll play it onto the thing.
Tell me you've been
Wait.
deficiency on this big fat vitamin D.
I do like when you clap my duty cheeks. Grandma, how do I make a man
It's
happy?
weird, like
You got to keep his balls empty and his belly full and keep your pink canoe ready at all times.
What the
Ma'am, what's
fuck?
your advice for keeping your man?
I opened my back door, Howard came in, and he never left.
Grandma, why'd you never remarry after Grandpa died?
Didn't need to. He made me a clone of Willie and got me a magic wand. I'm all set.
Grandma,
there's actually another one.
You're looking for soup in the blood clot fountain. Lord Jesus, me shame them, me shame.
Grunt.
Or
Belly, you bring curry to the pool. You're fucking stinking up the chlorine. People swimming in next to dumpling. Belly,
Um,
you're floating with curry. You fucking bumbleclad cooking in the sun. This a pool, not your grandmother pot.
oh, another Red Dead. Red Dead. I don't know if there is any Red Dead ones. It's so
yeah,
fucking weird. I do hate it, but I do like these weird ass fucking uh
yeah. AI
yeah.
is on its way up and up and up. And I mean, all I can say to these companies like Google and any other company that has AI out there, I mean, you're doing a good thing. You're doing competitive
Yeah, you're doing
marketing.
good, but I just don't like it. Fucking despise it.
I mean,
I
like,
know you like it because you'd make good videos out of it.
it's funny. Like,
There are funny fucking things. Like there's one where I like where it goes like a fat man goes up to the to like McDonald's and says like, Where's my fucking Big Mac and all that?" And then it says like, "Look under your like four double chin or something." Like
oh man,
there's a lot of like I'm a little bit annoyed with the fat ones where they go like, "Jesus, that's not a lot of that's not a big cookie." Well, look at you, you fat bastard or something.
yeah.
I, it annoys me with them ones. But I don't know why. The funny ones is where the grandma goes like, ah fuck, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna talk about them ones. Fuck that.
Or like, I've seen something on the lines of, I'm trying to be careful what I say because the topic is a very, it's let's just say World War Two.
Hmm.
You probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There was a certain political party, we could say,
Oh,
right?
okay. Okay.
And somebody used AI to put certain dubs over this political leader,
Oh shit.
initials H.
Oh
And
well.
he was saying something on the lines of this viral audio that's going around at the moment on TikTok. It's from a piece of adult content, right?
Huh?
And it's the audio of some homosexual man being Pleasured. Maybe we
Is
could
that
use
still
that
going
word.
around?
He's like, yes, king, call me king, yes, king, and all this, and I'm like, oh man, and like people using like this audio for AI as well, like and it's like, oh, like that kind of AI is like gonna be like on Reddit in years' time, and we're gonna
Weird
be just
fucking shit.
joking about this shit, you know.
And
Uh,
we also got news of a potential Red Dead announcement,
oh yeah, yeah, Rob Weedoff, yeah,
but we don't know
yeah.
what the fuck it's going to be about. I think it's
I'm
going to be
hoping,
Red Dead is going to be remastered on PlayStation 5.
I'm hoping, yeah, it's a Red Dead 3, yeah.
It
Either
might be. It might
either
be.
Red Dead 3, right? Like video game,
Hmm.
or else
A story.
a Red Dead 2 TV show or film.
That'd be actually really good. I'd love to see a Red Dead movie though,
Yeah,
more than a TV show.
yeah.
Because
And
imagine going to the theaters and watching Arthur Morgan or like someone as Arthur Morgan.
and this is what I want to say as well, yeah, as Arthur Morgan voice character Roger Clark said that when they're doing these adaptations of video games into films or into TV series, the actual voice actors don't get to play the role.
Hmm.
It's someone else. Like in The Last of Us, Pablo Pascal
No,
played
not
Joel.
gonna. Last of Us is really good. The TV
It's a
show.
good series, right? But Pablo Pascal didn't voice Joel.
Yeah, it
You
was
know,
Tom Baker that did it.
yeah.
But I
Uh,
think Pedro Pascal is actually really good as Joel.
yeah, he's a good actor. I like him in
He's in Game of
uh,
Thrones.
I think he was in Narcos, I think.
Yeah, he was in Narcos.
And he was young in Narcos. I don't think he had the beard. I think he was shaven.
No, I
Yeah.
think he just had the mustache.
Or the mustache, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, if there's a Red Dead like biopic of some kind,
Shit.
I hope to God that Rob Weedoff gets to play John Marston, and that I have my mixed feelings about the child actor who voices young Jack, on which if he should be on the screen or not,
I don't
because
think he should. Would you? Would you
I
think he
mean,
should be a?
I mean,
He is
the,
part of the fucking game, though.
yeah, he is, I hope uh, John Davis, I hope he does Dutch. I hope Roger Clark does Arthur. Um,
To me, I don't think that's gonna happen, though.
it would be a great cast to work with. I think it'd be fucking phenomenal to work with, especially like, you know, the scenes where they're moving camp. I think the transitions would be unbelievable. Like, they would
They could
come up.
also make the traditions as like Red Dead. So
Yeah, yeah,
do like chapter one, do like a chapter three, up to the. Do you know when the movie ends?
yeah,
Do you know instead of playing the epilogue part, they tease it?
yeah, into a part two.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
tease it as like showing them building a house. The building a house
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah,
Like a post credit scene of them just showing like build.
yeah,
That one. That'd be good.
yeah. I hope, yeah, it's a film or a new game because if it's a new game, yeah, this is my predictions, right? I'm gonna look back at this when the news comes out. I might be wrong, I might be right, I don't know, right? I hope, yeah, we continue as Jack Mars, right? The guy who actually voices Jack has went on and done other voice actors for characters, and in real life, he's actually the same cousin, right, who voices Jimmy from Grand Theft Auto 5.
Is it?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So the guy that plays not young John Marston,
Mm-hmm.
old John, well, 19-year-old John Marston. Um, he has the same cousin as I forget the guy's name. I think it's I forget the guy's name who does Jimmy, but I know um my name is Jack Marston. If they ever put that line and scene into a film, I
Or
would
put as a
love.
post-credit scene.
Oh yeah, a post-credit scene
It
as
just
well
goes
would
as
be
like,
good.
or you just hear a sound of "My name is Jack Marston," and then
Yeah.
just cut.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like just hearing the voice and then roll credits would be really
Yeah.
good. And then we have, but imagine making it into a movie. We
That's the
continue on as Jack Marston, but
yeah.
like there, like imagine if we have like a Red Dead 1 movie, Red Dead 2 movie, and then a Red Dead 3 movie.
Yeah.
So the first one would be the all the gang and all that. Then the second one's just John Marston and his son.
Yeah.
Then the post credit scene of the second one is like you hear Jack Marston's voice
Yeah.
as an older Jack Marston.
Yeah.
And then in the third movie, we get to fucking see Jack Marston and fight crime and all that.
And this is what like a lot of the fan base want. Do we want to go back in time again, or do we want to go forward in time with like Jack Marston's story, or do
I'd
we
rather
want
go forward.
like the like going back like would be interesting as well because we would find out like the original I don't know if you know about this or not, right? Arthur Morgan's father was in the Vanderlyn gang as
Hmm.
well. And then that's why Arthur followed in his father's footsteps, and all this. But it would be interesting to see a young Arthur Morgan, like a kid, young,
That'd be, and that'd be following the footsteps of the father instead of Arthur.
and then imagine, yeah, you know the way young Jack goes around the camp saying like, "Oh, hi Uncle Arthur" or whatever.
Hmm.
Imagine we have a hi Uncle Dutch from.
Ah,
And Joe, I think the modding community, yeah, is fucking phenomenal. Yeah, with the modding, yeah, because there's so many like stupid mods you can download for Red Dead Redemption 2, including like kick anyone, right? You can kick anyone mod, right?
I just love I love the one where you can get Jack Marston and put him in
Yeah.
a suit and then you're on a fucking train and he's like,
Oh
put me
yeah.
down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, and there's a clip of someone recording and just kicking Jack Marston, a child Jack Marston, off a cliff.
Hmm.
And I'm like, man, like imagine hearing like you know the way there's like, oh, one of Dutch's lines, fuck you, Arthur, or something like that he says, or like something on the lines. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it'd be funny if it turned around and it was like Uncle Dutch, and then like Arthur turned around and was like, well, fuck you then, or some shit like that,
You then, Jack. I thought it was your uncle.
But yeah, it'd be good.
Anyway, do you want to get to the part where we're all waiting about?
Yeah, sure, might as well.
Background, remember?
Oh yeah, yeah, background, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So now, as you're all waiting, we are going to be doing conspiracy theories again. Ooh. And this is Oshin's fucking main event. Let him
Yeah,
talk, and I'll
right.
fucking rant about it as well.
I'm gonna let you. Yeah, I'm gonna respect your podcast limits and everything.
Hmm.
So we're not gonna get too deep into it, but I will go deep enough into it, right?
No problem.
Right. So will we
Stanley
talk about?
Kubrick first, as you were telling me,
Yeah, will
because
we talk
but
about?
I don't.
I mean, it's just going on your personal channel, so I mean,
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah. I mean, Joe Rogan talked about it, so I don't know.
No,
Wait,
no,
wait.
there's no one complained about the one that we were in the podcast room and we talked about the immigrant thing. So don't worry.
Right. Well, we'll talk about the Stanley Kubrick theory, and we could talk about his film, Eyes Wide Open.
Yeah, that's the name with Tom Cruise.
Uh, with Tom Cruise, yeah. We'll talk about a little about the film first. So, like, basically the film is basically about how these Hollywood elites have a multiple underground or secret clubs slash
Illuminati. Ooh.
cults or whatever you call them. I don't know what you call them, but maybe cults would be a better word, maybe. Um,
Yeah.
and basically Stanley Kubrick exposes the dark side of Hollywood, basically, right? And we've had many child stars who has grown up in the limelight come out and talk about their experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there was a recent, well, not recent, probably a year ago. I think it was Paramount. I think it was that released it. Behind the Set or something it was called.
Quite on
Quiet on the
set.
Set.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quiet on the Set
I'm not
was
gonna
it?
lie, that was actually a very good show.
It was, yeah, yeah.
But sad for the fucking people that were on it.
Quiet on the Set. If nobody knows out there, is basically another kind of load of child stars coming together being interviewed.
Drake Bell has been through a lot of shit.
Yeah, we could talk about him as well. He's
Mm.
one of the main kind of spokespeople on that documentary.
Yeah.
Um, he talked about being groomed at a young age
Mm.
by Dan Schneider and other people. I don't know any others, but I know Dan Schneider is one of them. Um, the set of iCarly had their problems as well. I
And the
know,
woman that does Sam in iCarly is not doing acting now because of that.
yeah, Jeanette McCurdy
Yeah.
is kind of taken aback a bit because
Weird question. I'm just gonna say, did you ever had a crush on on the woman from iCarly?
kind of it was more
I
Sam.
yeah, Sam was
Yeah,
mine because but I like Spencer was my favorite character in the show, but
yeah,
Sam I liked in
yeah,
like a crush
yeah,
way.
yeah. That behind the Quiet on the Set is a um,
Actually, the
very
guy
good
from
documentary.
Spencer kept telling the director Dan Schneider to go away, but in like a
Yeah,
fun way.
yeah,
Like he says, "Go away, Dan! I can't
yeah,
stop it." But he's
yeah.
actually angry at
Being real,
fucking
yeah.
Dan, yeah, which
Uh,
is I respect him.
yeah, there's many people coming out and talking about this now because it's a hot topic on a lot of industries, including the music industry. But that's another topic for another episode. But back to Eyes Wide Open. Great film, great acting in it.
I've actually
But
never seen it.
it's a good watch. You should watch it. If you're into that conspiracy theory kind of, you should definitely watch it. But or even if you're a fan of Tom Cruise, you
Yeah.
know. But when I first watched it, I it was eerie. I had an eerie feeling about it because these guys were going around in these weird contorted masks,
Hmm.
distorted masks. They were going around wearing like weird, just weird masks, generally. And um, when Tom Cruise gets up, there's a scene where he walks up to the entrance of this cult or club, whatever you want to call it, and he's asked for a password, and he says a certain word, and that word in Latin translates to evil or Satan. And Stanley
Sorry about
Kubrick,
that. I just got a fly there.
I just want to come on and say real quick, yeah, Stanley Kubrick to me is a huge inspiration to me.
Oh yeah, he is a very good director.
He is a good, phenomenal director.
Great director of the moon landing. Great director
Yeah,
of
he has so many.
the moon landing is real, but people think that's fucking
Yeah,
fake.
some people think I think it's real. Some people think it's fake. But
Oh, thanks. Stanley Kubrick directed the moon landing. Oh my God,
yeah, Yeah,
they were doing a test, so then the fucking video
yeah.
it. But
The
fucking
the
hell.
Americans ran out of time,
Yeah.
supposedly. Uh,
Yeah, sure. They ran out of time.
yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah. But then a few months after the film's release of um, Eyes Wide Open, Stanley Kubrick sadly passed away from a heart attack. You know, and
That could have just normally happened, Oshin, though.
he, right. But we got to go back, right,
Yeah.
to the moon landing when you were talking about, right? During these times, there were a lot of powerful people on government agencies, let's just put it like that, right?
Okay.
And the FBI were involved and the CIA were involved, right?
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying, the CIA killed them or the FBI killed them, but I believe in some way Stanley Kubrick was assassinated in some kind of way, right?
Okay.
Now, you're going to say, right, I need facts, right? I'll tell you the facts, right?
Give me the facts.
20 minutes of the last 20 minutes of the film were very key points of these underground clubs or cults, whatever you want to call them. And the last 20 minutes of the film was taken out. It was just taken out. The film just they said, oh, it wasn't good enough, basically. They basically said, right?
Okay.
And it wasn't entertainment enough, right? But people who believe he was assassinated in some kind of way believes that he had very powerful information in the last 20 minutes of the film.
How old was he when he died?
Uh, I believe he was, I'm not 100% sure, but I think he was maybe in his maybe late 60s, early 70s. I don't know.
That's a that probably might be fucking it.
That's what people think, right? They might say, oh, old age, right? Old people,
But
they might.
would you ever think that he had conditions before and searched them up and he just hided them and didn't want to
Well,
tell anyone?
that is another theory, that people say he, you know, oh, maybe I had cancer. I didn't want to come out and tell people I had cancer or I had some kind of pneumonia or whatever. And they didn't want to come out and say it. Yeah,
Hmm.
there's that personal boundary aspect to it. And do I believe that to an extent, right? But you have to think as well, right? Back in the year 1962, right? This was 7 years before Neil Armstrong landed on the moon, right? In 1962, the CIA came up with a non-lethal, lethal gun called the heart attack gun, right? And this is public. You can Google this. It's
Yeah,
a
I've seen it before.
well used instrument of the CIA. They've taken out many terrorist leaders and blamed on a heart attack and shit like that. My whole look on this, right? It's very suspicious, right? First of all, he was trying to expose a lot of dark Hollywood secrets. Number two, he died either 2 weeks or 2 months after the film was released.
He
And
was 70.
he was 70 odd. So, and then number three, he was old age. People might have, said, "All right, he just died of old age," and I respect that. I respect
Here,
that.
I have something here.
Yeah.
I have something I found
All
on
right.
the internet.
All right.
You may think this might be fake. You may think it might be not real, but I put it down that Stanley Kubrick ever had sick problems or something like that, right?
Right.
So it goes, yes, Stanley Kubrick did experience some health issues while he was known for his intense work. ethic and approach of filmmaking, he also had periods of illness, including a flu a couple of weeks before his death. He also suffered from a massive heart attack, which led to his death.
Yeah. Where
Explain.
people are coming from about these, yeah, I respect that he was, sick, during his life, um, but the heart attack. Stanley Kubrick was a pretty active guy. He wasn't, big. He wasn't overweight. He was.
You get a heart attack from stress, a lot of stress.
You can, and you don't have to be big to have a heart attack.
Mm.
Oh, that's my take on it. That's my take
What
on it.
my take is this is what I'm thinking. Stanley Kubrick had a flu a few weeks before he died, right?
He-
The flu got way worse. So, but are you saying, right, when he done the movie, like he finished filming it, did
Yeah,
right? He finished filming it, he edited it, did he? Like he done everything and all that.
yeah,
And then it got put out into the theaters, and
yeah.
2 days after he died, right?
It was like, yeah, like 2 weeks or like 2 months after
Yeah.
he passed away.
So, if you think about it, he's finished the film, he gets a flu declines very badly. He's in his 70s
Yeah,
because their immune system won't really work that good,
yeah.
and it gets worse and worse and worse. Then he has a heart attack.
I respect the angle you're coming from,
But
and
there's a but, isn't there?
there is a but,
Okay,
right?
let me hear that but.
The way the last 20 minutes of the film, right, was supposed to be like really big information. And I know I already said that. One of the parts in this last 20 minutes was a scene with Tom Cruise walking down a flight of stairs to a very dingy, dark looking room
Hmm.
with a I don't know if I can say this on your show or not, but you might have to maybe
I'll,
censor this out,
I'll
but
bleep it out or something if
yeah,
it's anything bad.
he was holding a corpse of a baby in
That might be
this,
fine because it's in the movie.
yeah, in this scene. He was walking down into this dingy, dark room, and he had the corpse of the baby, like, you would hold a child. And he walked into this room anyway, and there was four wooden seats in a circle, and there was a pentagram, and then there was a picture of a goat, as Lucifer would say, his pet, and then like the star in the middle, and then the picture of the goat in the middle. And there's three types of um, offerings you can do when you're contacting the devil. One is a soul of a baby, where you slit um, the baby's wrists and take the blood out, and then you slit a chicken's head off, I think it is,
I've heard
and
about that.
then you can sacrifice a goat as well, and they're like the main three kind of sacrifices you can do
Hmm.
to contact the devil. But
We have 5 minutes just to let you know.
okay, 5 minutes, yeah. And yeah, that was kind of like one of the parts that was taken out, and then people thought, right, this is too edgy or whatever, and took it out, like,
Hmm.
um, and it was weird because a comedian called Jim Brewer, I don't know if you've heard of him or not. He
Never heard
was
of him.
on SNL in the 90s, but he came out on Theo Von's podcast, I believe a year ago, 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He was exposing some shit as well, but he didn't say the names of the people, right?
Okay.
This is another kind of story that relates to the film. He was looking for gigs around Hollywood, and he got into an agency. And one day, the two agents came to him and said, um, "You won't believe who we caught chicken hawking, right?" And he said, "Chicken hawking, what's that?" He says, "Oh, look at this guy. He doesn't know what chicken hawking is. Ha 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 ha," laughing like, right? He's like, "No, I'm being serious. What the hell is chicken hawking?" Right? This is the mid 80s, right? He's like, it's where old powerful men like to go up to these penthouses and dance around with homosexual men that like to dress up as women. And he was like, "Nah, you're pulling my leg, like, stop fucking with me, like, and all this." He's like, "No, I swear to God, that's what the term chicken hawking means." He's like, "Oh, right, right." A few months goes by, Jim Brewer is backstage about to go on stage, and he's in his dressing room watching the television. Big name back in the day, sick. Big name current time, sick. And big-ish name in the industry, busted, right? The three guys that he was talking about were three Hollywood elites or agents, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who were married, had kids, had a very successful life, had millions of dollars, and didn't know they were secretly gay, you know, and they
Mm-hmm.
went off to these parties and started indulging in homosexual activity with these men and started getting sick, having homosexual intercourse and getting sick, busted, sick, sick, you know. And he was thinking, right, if this is all going on, why aren't people talking about it? Jump to the year 1999. Stanley Kubrick releases Eyes Wide Open.
It's Eyes Wide Shut, I think.
I was thinking Eyes Wide
Probably,
Open. I
probably
was like,
the probably the name of probably the name of the movie could be a metaphor for something. Eyes wide shut. Your eyes are shut. You're not looking at what's going on.
exactly.
But to me, it's just a movie. But there is parts where you're like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what he's talking about. But it's just weird. And for that, at the end of the movie, I've seen like a little clip of it. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, it's a weird film. You know.
I have no fucking idea.
Then I kind of have another theory, right, that mixes in with it.
Okay.
The reason why Tom Cruise was offered this role was
Because he's on
because
Scientology.
he was in Scientology.